Hi, well, what a pleasure it is to introduce my friend to you, Norma Norris, Executive Director of Candle Inc.
Hi, Tricia.
Hi, thanks for being with us. So let's start off by telling us, what does Candle represent?
It's an acronym for Community Action Network for Drug-Free Lifestyle Empowerment.
Wow. And I know this program or your organization has existed for almost 20 years.
It'll be 20 years next year.
Wow, that's amazing. So what inspired you to start this?
There was a need when heroin hit the streets of Butler over 20 years ago, and it caught everybody by surprise. And young people were dying. It was in our headlines all the time. And I remember Judge McCune was our district attorney at the time.
Okay.
And I worked for the local radio station. I heard him interviewed in the morning and talking about these deaths and saying that our high school students were experimenting with it.
Okay.
And I'm like, how does that make sense on any level that you know it could kill you, but you're going to experiment with it? So I began to do some research and found out that it was prevalent. It was easy to get a hold of, which is always the number one problem. That's always going to be the drug of choice, the one that's easiest to get a hold of and least expensive. And I did a lot of interviews, and I asked one young man whose best friend was a heroin addict by the time they graduated high school. And I said, how did you come so close and you're okay? You didn't go that route. And he said something that would never let me go. And he said, I could always see beyond the next 10 minutes.
Wow.
And I thought, that's the clue. We need parents to see beyond the next 10 minutes because nobody thought it was going to happen to their child.
Right.
And we need kids to see beyond the next 10 minutes because their brains are wired for experimentation. And they always think this isn't going to happen to me because I'm stronger. I won't go the same road. But no one sets out to become an addict.
Right. So that inspired Reality Tour.
Yes.
Explain to all of us, what is a reality tour?
It is a 3-part program that handles the consequences that are in brief dramatic scenes that are narrated by our fictional teen who is afflicted. And it goes from peer pressure to use to getting caught with enough drugs to be a dealer.
Okay.
Being 18 years old when all the rules change and you're treated like an adult. Ending up in jail, getting out of jail, but as all too often going back to the drugs and overdosing. And even in our emergency room scene, which we take you into, you'll hear our fictional afflicted teen say, this can't be happening to me.
Right.
I'm too young. What am I going to tell my parents? I guess the lying's all done.
Right. So this is a live event, and in order to put on something like this takes a lot of resources.
It does. And for almost 20 years, Tricia, we've done this exclusively with volunteers, teens and adult volunteers. And people learn many, many roles. You don't have to be an actor. You could be one of our ushers or group leaders, we call you, or help set up or tear down the scenes. But everyone has been so faithful to this program. And we only had the interruption in that when COVID hit. And reconnecting with some of our former volunteers wasn't going to happen because their lives had been disrupted and things had changed. So after, that period of time from 2003 to 2020, we had the luxury of always having enough volunteers. Okay. And now we are really struggling. So we used to reach 600 to 700 people a year.
Okay.
And that's at least 2.5 hours of prevention delivered to each one of those persons.
Wow.
At no cost to the county.
Right.
This year we will reach 130.
Okay.
We should be having a reality tour tomorrow night in Cranberry. And because for the lack of 3 adults and 3 teens, we can't have it.
Okay. So this is a call to all of us to help out with this and to volunteer. If people are listening Norma, and want to participate, want to support this organization, how can they learn more and how can they do that?
Well, our website is realitytour.org, O-R-G.
Okay.
And you can reach us through email through our website.
Okay.
Our cell number for our office is 724-679-1788. You can also connect with us on Facebook. And it's a great opportunity for seniors to do community service.
Sure.
And senior projects. So we've had been fortunate to be partners with Seneca Valley School District for over 10 years now.
Oh, great.
And several of their seniors have stepped up to the plate over the years and enjoyed that process. And then they also get, the credit for that, for their class. We also partner with the Mars School District.
Okay.
And that opportunity is also available for their high school students to be part of that community service. And I have, if any of the teachers are listening, I have a form I can email to you that just collects everything online and creates a list for us of possibilities.
Right. Well, I know how organized you are.
You have to be.
Yes, you are. You're very organized. Well, lots of opportunities to support and collaborate because this is definitely a life-changing experience as a volunteer or to experience it with your child, which we should. Yeah. So thank you, Norma, for being with us, and good luck to you.
Okay, thanks.
And thank you for listening. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you want to see more, just click on the playlist button up here. To keep up to date with all of Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, click on the subscribe button down here. Hey, I suggest you do both. See you next time.